Hi. Well, I just did a video and it was really great. And when I was rewatching it, and really it was 40 minutes of greatness. And so when I was rewatching it, somehow it went to slow motion. How does that even happen? I didn't even touch the phone. Okay, well, I'm going to do another one. It's not going to be as fun as the other one because I did actually a little bit of crafting on here. So now that's lost. Anyway, I'll tell you what I did. And, so okay, so this is for a friend of mine named Catherine. She is, her husband died a year and a half or so ago, just suddenly. No one expected it. And it was a sad time for our church because her husband was an usher at our church, and it was just really sad. So now it's a year and a half later, and Catherine got remarried and to a great guy called Curtis. And so our church has given her just a little shower today. Now she has everything she could possibly need. You know, she's been, like I said, she was married before for many, many, many years. And so she had everything she could possibly need. So, you know, I thought, okay, so she had a shower. So, and no one knows, and you're not supposed to bring gifts, but you know, you can't have a shower and not bring gifts. I mean, that's just the way it is. So if you watch this, you can't, we have to have gifts, Catherine. Anyway, so I decided I've been wanting to try mixed media. And so I thought I'm going to try a mixed media book for her. And if it works, great. But then my backup is a Hobby Lobby card. So I don't know how many of you guys do that. But yes, I have a backup and it's a Hobby Lobby card. So, but I think the book turned out great. So this is it. The paper is all watercolor paper so that it could take all the mixed media stuff I'm going to do to it. And it's just sort of a fun memory book. Catherine, the idea with this book is you just write little things that make you happy. One thing like I am loved by Jesus. I don't know, whatever. You know, I'm looking at this up here and I think maybe I'll put this in the book because look, it sort of goes. I'm going to figure this out now in a minute. This is why I never get done. So my husband said, so like I said, like most of you know, I have multiple sclerosis. I get really tired. I can't do too many things in a day. He says, stay home from church, watch it online, which I totally planned to do, but then you know what happened? Yeah, the video I made did not work. And so now church is on and I can't watch it. I'll have to watch the replay. Then I'll go to the shower and then we're going to have a party for my husband because we couldn't do a party for him a couple weeks ago because the other part of the family who we want to do the party with was possibly exposed to COVID. So they were quarantined for another 2 weeks and they seem fine. And so anyway, so we're going to do it now. So I have two things to do today that will wipe me out. And then I'm sitting in my room. If you could see it, it's amazingly messed up. I mean, I just cleared this space right here, so I look so great. But to the right, to the left, behind me, everywhere is stuff. And I need to pick it up. And I'm really depressed looking at all that because it's so much work. I don't know about you guys, but yes, tons of work. Now, luckily, I can shut the door. Some of it overspills outside when I take something out, but I shut the door. So, oh, you guys, it's a mess. Anyway, this is my book I did for her. I'll talk about it a little bit now. I'm going to sit down. I was standing up to make sure everything's okay. I think it's recording correctly and not on slow motion. So here we go. This is a repurposed Reader's Digest book. And so what I did was, the front cover looks sort of like this. You do, you know, people who do mixed media know all this. You use paints and India ink and papers and all kinds of stuff. So this was the cover and it's just distressed some with some paint. It's sealed nicely. The binding I did with buttons. I've never done that before. It's kind of cool doing that. So I did that. There's only 2 signatures. It's not a book filled with pages, but it's filled with kind of art. So I guess it's what you would call an art book. The front is layered things. So you've got another book cover here, an older book cover with, you know, interest on the side, a crumpledy paper. This, for anybody who watches Johnny's Sales, I had gotten this roll here. Oh, see, now I dropped it. That's what happens when I get tired. I drop things and I make messes because my muscles don't work. Not, I mean, I'm not saying this for any kind of sadness. I'm just saying. So anyway, so I had got this, and she had, it's one of her sales. I like the spool. So, and on there, she put a snippet roll with paper, but the end of it had a cute little thing like this, and then it has her tape. So I put it under here like this, and I layered it with this piece of this. Look, I was just doing something because I did a tutorial on something, but then it didn't work. I like this because it has Jesus right here, and that's nice. So anyway, so it's all layered with all kinds of stuff. This is late 1700s paper that it's called, I think it's called cotton paper. So that's the paper here. It's on top of corrugated cardboard. There's painting and ink and all kinds of things. So I liked how it turned out. Okay, let's dive into it again. Oh, Lord, let this work. Okay, this is Sorry Silk, Catherine. This stuff sheds like crazy. It'll stop after a while, but if it just bothers you, just pull off the pieces. You see, just pull them off. But that's supposed to be this way. It's all clean. It's just old and vintage and dyed and stuff. So this is silk. Sorry Silk, it's called. And but if you find it bothers you, you can just take it off here easily and put something else on there, a ribbon or whatever you want. Okay, so let's open it. So here's the first page. Let's see, are we in frame? Yes. What's over here? Oh, the cross. I want to figure this out. Maybe it could hang in here. This is what I do. Okay, so this page here, this is some just canvas, sewed with some ruffle so that it hangs out the bottom to give it interest here. I just put a piece of, this is some of these little cards I had. This is just a place where she can write, and my snippet right here. And this is from the book. I feel like I've said it a million times because the camera didn't work. But this is from a book where a man wrote, he lived in India, and he wrote out, in Africa, I think, India, one of the two. It was in the late 1700s or 1800s, and he wrote out all the Psalms by hand and did his own illustrations for his wife. And so they've printed this book, and someone gave it to me as a friend, as a gift, and I still have that book. So Debbie gave it to me. So don't worry, Debbie, I didn't tear it up. But so I buy other ones. They're not that expensive on eBay. And then I can take different pages out and the different Psalms. So you'll see those throughout the book. This, I left it tall, so it's interesting on the top, see? So, and I put my snippet paper, slow stitching I did. Okay, so then I have these little things here. She can either write notes, or I had thought I could give everybody one and they could write it, and maybe she'll want them to write in the book. I don't know. But at the shower, but I think there's at least 20-something people, I think, that I saw in the invitation that had RSVP'd. And so that's going to cost, 20 more of the cards. It might make it too thick. So I don't know. So I just put them in here. Here is an art page. So it's a smaller watercolor paper. And then I put different papers on it and fabrics. And then I use different inking and paint techniques. I hashtagged beauty. And then on here is just some plastic vellum-y stuff, but I put this cute, I cut out a leaf. Look, I did a little stitching of my own. Well, I did my own writing dots. I'm not an artist like that. So, I wish I could draw pictures, but I just did that. And then this is bunny tail, and it's a pressed thing. It's called bunny tail. And then I love, look how beautiful that is. That's how much glare is there? Let's look. I have to go over here to see it over the thing. That's not bad. Look. So that's a mourning dove feather right there. From my yard. So then I just sewed around it, and it's stuck on here as interest. Okay, the other side, I put a poem here that I found in a book because I liked it. It says, "To those who see bare beaches and know," let's start over. "To those who see bare branches and know they hold the buds of spring, to those who see stars falling in the heavens and know the constellations will remain forever." I got so much stuff. To those who see long lines of geese fade far beyond and know they come back again to nest, to those who see with wonder in their hearts and know what glories there can be for those who see. So super cute. I put it here. And what happened was I did a bunch of stuff here. I didn't like how it was turning out, and I thought I'm going to just put this poem here. And anyway, so then this is the next page. Now, I didn't think I'd like this, and it turned out super cute. So I'm going to tell people, if they're afraid of mixed media, try something. I mean, this technique, I took a class, and I'll have to put her name in the description. And I took her class, and I thought, oh, I love this. So what I did here was I stamped some flowers, and I watercolored them in, and it turned out super cute. I had these stamps, you know, rubber stamps. And then I liked that when I put this paper on here, I didn't plan it. It said, happy, and why don't you plan a ba, 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 is what I'm thinking, dot, dot, dot. So I thought that would be cute. So it's just here. She can still write around there if she wants to write. Most people, I find, don't really want to write in journals, which, you know, I don't get that. I get that you don't have much to say. Who wants to say, this today I did this? That's dumb. But I understand. So anyway, so, and here's one of my this is just a little curvy thing. This is this page here. I put another one of these. And same thing, just mixed media, paints and ink and stamping and different papers. Just cute, right? So what you guys missed because it went slow motion is this. So this was all glossy, and I decided I wanted to distress this, so I did it on camera, which was kind of funny. But you end up putting, you know, I used I only, because my room's a mess, so I have this thing, so I scraped it all up like this. I put on some paint, and you do that by using, you put a little bit of paint like this, and the paint I used was this. It's called Liquitex Professional Heavy Body Acrylic Titanium White. So then I just put some of this on like this, and I wipe some of it off with a baby wipe, and then I put a little bit of, I think I have Gathered Twigs Distress ink, and it turned out cute. And that would have been fun for you to see, but I don't know, my camera messed up. Okay, so then I put this is from that book, so I just put some cheesecloth behind there. The reason I'm saying all this, Catherine, if you watch it, is just for the other people who watch my videos and want to know how I do things. So that's why. You don't need to know any of that. But all of this is mixed media, collaging and painting and just putting things together. Here's one of my rusty safety pin with one of my little glittery, clippy things. I have a bunch of these. I talked about that. I have a bunch of these made to put in my shop, but you know, they're all made, but you have to organize them and present them pretty and all that. So I haven't done all that. And so here's this another slow stitched thing I did. And if any of you saw some of my videos way back, I put I did a big length of slow stitching with just embroidery and pieces of fabric and what have you. And I used most of that up. I think I have one little piece left somewhere in this mess. And I don't think I can find it, but I used most of it in here, I think. But I have one little piece left. I wish I could find it to show you guys. I don't know where it was. It was right here. Do you ever do that? It was right here, and I don't know where it went. Oh, well, I thought if I saw it right here, I would show you, but I don't think I'm going to see it. No, I did. I found it. So this is, I think, the last piece of it I have. So you just put different fabrics, and then you do different, this is all French knots and, you know, different things. So I use most of it in here, I think. So this is saved for later. Okay, so that's that page. Over here, we have another page, just, I don't know, just different collaging techniques, sewing and collaging. And I put this bit on that I made. Here's a little thing here that she could write on if she wants to, or someone could write on. I thought about having people write in it tonight or today, but I don't know if that's anything she wants to do, or I don't know how that would work. Okay. This, I put this in here because of the crunch. I love it. And then I just braided some, and I have to, oh, you know what? I probably need to cut that. I need to tie that off. Look, that's going to be a problem. Okay, well, we'll do that later. Or I'll put a little bit of fray on it, or fray check or something. See, then I pulled it right like this. Don't do that, Pam. Okay, so, This is just the rayon we usually use to close our books with, seam binding. So I just braided it together to make a little interesting element, bookmark. Some more of my snippet slow stitching here. This is cool because this is what I like about this. I did all the mixed media on here, painting and stuff. But what I did here was I put this verse because, like I told you, her husband died suddenly, and then now she's given another husband to love and be companion with. So I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me. Oh, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. So I put this here, but then in here, look, this is the rest of my snippet roll, little birdie with flowers, and this little like flower stem with little flower buttons, super old. So when you open this, there she is with her guy. So now what I want to tell you, Catherine, is this is put in here so you can take this out and put a better picture if you wish, because I stole this off Facebook and I gave you the pictures I took on the wedding, so I don't have them. So, you just can get them printed out and cut them down to size, and it will work in here. So I did that. There's one other place, there's a picture of the same deal, and you can exchange it if you wish. So then it closes fine like this, but then I just kind of put it under here, just under this button. So don't you love that? Isn't that super cute? And then down here, make sure I'm in frame. I have to keep checking. Down here is, I just put some of the rosemary trim. Okay, rosemary, I didn't do her caboodle kit, but I was looking in the stuff she sent, and she sent some of this trim, which I put it on here, and some little, just so it looks cute for interest. So I guess the idea with these mixed media art books, you just want to call it create interest, however you can, is what she said. So we're gonna go like that. Okay, so this is just another page here, mixed media with different inks and paint, India ink, stuff like that. Turned out really cool, I think. So I'm just gonna put this here because she can put her own things in here if she wants to use these, but that way I wanna have a clip there, but I wanna have something with it. Okay, here, there's a little, just another card. Same thing, did here with ink and paint. She can write on here if she so wishes. Or if you want, if you ever want to write more, you can write something on a piece of paper and glue it down, Catherine. There's lots you can do. So I think this was coming up here. I think, yeah, see, I need to put a little bit more glue right here like this. Oh, look, you're seeing me do something now. So stupid, right? It was really good, the other video. I can't even believe it. I don't know. Someday I'll get good at this. Maybe I'll watch it again and maybe it's okay. I don't think it is, but like that. I'm gonna put this in here like that for right now. Okay, this page here. Okay, this is like this. This can sit here, it looks pretty. This is what I was talking about. So I took this off the internet. You can just pop it out and put another one in. It says to have and to hold. And then I just put a little bit of glue here because it kept flopping around. I didn't like that. And then, as you can see, the more I look through this, the more this thing gets undone. Oh no, this is this one. This goes here with this one. So these are old Bakelite buttons that are probably, I'm gonna guess, I think, they told me when I bought them, but I'm thinking they're probably the 30s or 40s, possibly 50s, somewhere in there. So, probably older than me. Okay, so like this, there we go. Put that just sort of like that. There we go. And this is just like, it looks like a little veil, right? And she got married and just cute. So over here, I had this, some kind of mail, happy mail from someone. So I just put it on here because I thought it was interesting. It'll stick out a little and it is pretty. Place to write. This is like this. I put this here. Now this is all painted and distressed with different techniques. And then because I sewed on the other side, I just, instead of covering this up to hide the back stitching, I just put a piece of that pretty paper here so that she can write on there if she wishes. On this side, I have a flip from Cinnamon Tea, who is Gail Astinelli, and I bought that from her shop, and I thought it went pretty, and so I added this to the top, and this, I decided I really like cheesecloth and stuff, so that's right there. You pick it up, a little secret place to write. This is all done with mixed media things, paints, and India ink. This is India ink, just different scratchy fabrics. And then this is just gesso, so she can write over that. This page, you know, turned out so great. I just goofed around with those crayons, and I'll get them. Jersey talked about them. I'm just going to grab one. It's not, probably not the color I use. But so it's these crayons here, for those of you who want to know. And they're by Mellow, M-E-L-O. She told me about these because I told her I wanted to start with some mixed media, just something I didn't want her to give me. I wanted to just start easy, not a ton of things. So I use these, and then you use different techniques to blend them. And then, like it says, wonderful trip there. It has her wedding date here, which will serve as the date for the album. She can write here if she wishes, or put something there. This, I was talking about how this is some of the last pieces of my, okay, I have a friend. My father died when I was like 13, I think, or 12, maybe 11, I don't know. And so he died, and then his best friend, who was a pilot in the Air Force, his name was Woody. He escorted me to homecoming, all that kind of stuff. Somehow I had a book of his that had some graph paper, because he was a pilot, but he was also, you know, he did that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I had some of his paper left, so I just put it here on the edge. It's kind of special to me. I mean, I know it's not special to you, but I'm just telling you what's going on with your book. And then, so I thought it turned out cute. This is just some ribbon it's just glued down here for interest, I think. Another place you can write, some of those crayons and things I dealt with. This is a beautiful, okay, so this is one of those, what are they called? Bread warmers, I think. Bread warmers? You know, you put your bread in a basket and you fold the thing. So I got this on somebody's sale. And then, because it was so big, I cut two of the parts off, and then I sewed them together. And then that way you can have this pretty stitching. I just thought it was pretty. And then over here, you've got, the backside isn't even that bad, I don't think. Okay, this is some old paper. This is probably like the front. So I don't know if I talked about the front. The front page. This is from 1871, this ledger. Probably some from Johnny's sales. 1871. So this is probably going to be the same thing here. I had a lot of that. So I put it here on the page, and then just did some of the crayony stuff. But then what I did here was I did this in watercolor. I thought it turned out great. And this is some of the paper that I goofed around with the crayons with, and the what's that stuff? The Tim Holtz spray stuff on here. And then here I used a little bit of the gel pens, but it turned out cute. So this is watercolor. So Johnny, you said you can't watercolor. You definitely can watercolor. This is easy way to watercolor. And then a bee that turns out way too big, but he's cute. This page turned out great, I think. Now, I drew all this by hand, which, you know, obviously, but I think it's supposed to look like this, folks. So this is all like painted and then aged and painted again, and then gesso, so you can write on it. And then around the edges, I just use India ink to make a square. And then I put this little bow up here because I liked it. Really, the reason was I like this stuff right here. This stuff is gorgeous. I only have, I think this might be all of it. And then some beautiful gauze here. And then just some of my eco printed muslin that I did. And that's some of the last of that too. So I think it's cute. So she can write on there, do whatever she wants. In here, this is it's like a doily that's all pretty embroidered. And so I just folded it over and made a pocket. This is also all eco or mixed media stuff going on here. And then here I just put that one of those pages here and made a envelope. And then in here, if we can pull it out, I don't know, see, then I put the glue on. Please don't stick. Oh, I'm pulling the wrong thing. So then in here I just put a piece of Rosemary's, this feels like it's a mixed media paper too. So it's thicker. It's not as thick as the watercolor, but it seems like something. And it's eco printed paper. So that's one of the packs I bought from her. So I just put this in here for her to write on. And this is one of my snippets that I made. I thought it was stuck to this, but it's not. Bam. Okay, this is in here like that. So it turns out there's a lot of places to write little things on if she so wishes. Okay, this is the next page. This one's just in here for interest, but this is one of the only times I did eco printing with the boiled book. It was Nick the Booksmith sort of technique. And so and it turned out okay. It just was hard because it was all watercolor paper. So I like Rosemary's technique. I'm going to take her class. I think she has a class. And so I want to do that, but this is like one of the last pieces I have. It turned out okay. I cut out the leaf part and then put it on here for interest, again, off the side. And then this is all mixed media with different colors of paint. And like I said, the dye, this is the India ink. And then gesso here. And then I just stamp faith, hope, and love. And then I put this on here for interest so she can read. This is that book, one of the book pages. I thought it was pretty art. So I'll put it right here. These are my baubles I talked about. So then this is another page here. Now, I heroically or bravely wrote this out just because I hate my writing, but I tried to make it look like one I saw so that it looked better than my writing. So I put, a true friend is the rarest of all blessings. So that's right here on some old paper. This is all India ink and painted and goobied up. And then here, this was just a blank square where she could write, that I did sort of like that other one. But then I made this, and Johnny, I got my little stamp, my metal stamps in that you sent. And I don't have them here to show, of course, because that'd be too easy. Well, anyway, I got them in, and I had one, the ampersand, so I thought I'm going to put her initials. So what I did was, I'm going to show you guys, because it's hard sometimes to get it to where you like it. I don't want it perfect, but this is perfect for me. So I used this thing. Now, this is a sawdust-filled leather pillowy thing. So it's not, you know, look how full it is, but it's easy to squish. So if I put the paper on here, and then put the paper on there, and then I use that metal, what is it? It's a letter stamp set or something, but it's metal, old newspaper or something. Anyway, so old print media, something like that. So I stamped it on the paper on here, and that way I could squish it really good, and it worked better than just trying to do it like on a hard surface. So I thought I'd give that tip to those who won those. There's one right here. I know I could find it. And then I just put it in my faux Polaroid thing I have here. And then I put her date, her wedding date. So I thought that turned out super cute. And then I put one of my snippet thingies. What are they called? I don't mind some of the threads, but there's a lot of stuff hanging off. Okay, like that, like little things here, all things sticking out. On here I put one of the Tim Holtz things, the photo thing. So I just put some of my cigarette and cards in here and tea cards just for interest, so she knows that's what it is. She can do whatever she wants. If you decide you don't really want these, Catherine, just give them back to me. You know, you can put your own photos, cut your photos down, put them in there, or whatever, Bible verses, whatever you think is interesting to you. The other side of the napkin of that bread thing. Now this, I bought the book from Rosemary, which is the Rusty Peacock, right? I get her confused with Cinnamon Tea only because the names are sort of, but she did this, and I think this must be some of her jelly roll printing. I haven't tried that yet. I'm kind of intimidated still, but I will get to it. And so I took out a page and put it on this, put it on here, and then just put a Bible verse for her with some. But I thought that turned out, that was great. So I got her paper there. And then there's the end. I put a June because that's when they got married, a thing of flowers and from that one book. And then this turned out so great, it looks like leather. And I like it. So this is some paper that I made with those crayons and inks and stuff. And then I went over it with the stuff like this. Let's just do a little more. And then it looks sort of leathery, especially in certain lights. This is Sorry, just under it. So it has my junk journal stamp. And then over here's the rest of my, see, this is my snippet roll. I guess I could have just showed you this instead of looking everywhere. I forgot what I put in here. I love this. I think I only know if I have one of these left, but I got this from, I don't know if she has any more. I know she used them in her slow stitching roll, but from Rachel, Roxy Creations. Oh, so cute to sew on it. So I just put this here, one of my little butterfly things. I thought I had to go in the right way, but you know, these things, there you go. And then I'm going to stuff something in there. I don't know what yet, but that's it. And I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. I hope she likes it. This might not be her style. If so, like I said, I have a Hobby Lobby card for you. But here it is. So I'm excited. I have to go to the shower today. And like I said, my husband's birthday thing at my son's house. And so got a big day. I want to incorporate this somehow. This is all sterling. That's why it got all dark here. I gave these out for Christmas ornaments one year. And so now, and it was hanging up there on my thing. So I'm thinking it'll be perfect in this because it looks like a perfect color. I don't know. I'm going to figure this out. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope this one worked out. And it's a little shorter than the last one. I told you a little bit of what I did. I wanted to say, I want to say on here. I didn't say. Let me find it. You're going to go crazy. This is what I do. My husband goes crazy with me because I can't remember where I put it. But there's a little snippet of paper somewhere. Right here. This little snippet of paper. So when Roxy Creation gets back up, and if she has any papers and stuff and old, she has this is also that really old cloth paper from the late 1700s, early 1800s. And so that's here. But this is called Florence paper, I think, Florentine. And I have a few pages that I hoard. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see one of these is smaller than the others. I think this one, yeah. This one right here, look. Because I took it off. I think that's it. Or maybe there's another piece that looks like this, because that looks like it's greens, unless I did something to it. I don't know, you guys. But look at this paper. Isn't it beautiful? And this gold, I don't know if it's catching it on camera, but this gold is really metallic-y looking. So beautiful there. I think you can see it there. But anyway, so I got this, and I kind of hoard this because it's so beautiful. Florentine paper. I think that's what she calls it. It says made it. Down here it has a stamp that says, sorry, making you dizzy. Made in Italy, and it says 1955. So I don't know if I can find this somewhere. But anyway, love it. So that's on here. So anyway, that's my video for mixed media. I think it turned out great. I'm happy I tried it and did it. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.